Today, I'm focusing on suburbs with interesting names, and in Melbourne, there's quite a few. I've chosen the suburb of Sunbury, which gets its name from the town Sunbury-on-Thames in England. Now, there's a lot of history around this place and a lot of interesting places with some strange, quirky names. Starting with Emu Bottom, and it's not quite what you're thinking. It's Victoria's oldest homestead, dating back to the 1800s.
The name Emu Bottom comes from George Evans. He came here in 1836, and when he settled here, there were large flocks of emus all through the valleys here, and he settled in the valley, the bottomland, so it was Emu Bottom.
Right, well that makes sense, doesn't it? Owner Jan says once upon a time, this place was home to hundreds of emus, but now it's home to just 2. And speaking of interesting names...
This one's Pecker and the other one's Big Bird Medal.
Wow, they're amazing. Well, they are your mascots after all, right?
Oh, yes, they're the emus of Emu Bottom.
You've got to look after them.
Yes.
There's so much to love about this place, which is why it's become popular for all sorts of special occasions. Oh.
It's lovely, isn't it? This is our homestead dining room, where we host many wedding celebrations.
And it's a perfect room. From the oldest to the grandest, my next stop is just a short drive up the road. On Macedon Street in Sunbury, you'll find one of Australia's most important mansions, Rupertswood. Where does Rupertswood get its name and why is it so important to Australia?
Rupertswood gets its name from Sir William Clark. He named it after his son Rupert.
Right.
And more importantly, it is birthplace of the Ashes. The rivalry between England and Australia's coveted Ashes trophy.
Wow, so Rupertswood really is the home of the Ashes.
It certainly is, Mel.
Whether you're a cricket fan or not, this is one place that's definitely worth a visit. And you never know what you might learn.
Mel, can you see what's etched in the glass?
Well, that looks like a deer to me.
It certainly is. That's because deer hunting was the favourite pastime of that era. In fact, deers were housed and bred in what is now called Deer Park.
Is that where it gets its name?
It certainly does.
And there's also a connection with the suburb Sunshine.
The suburb Sunshine was named by H.V. Mackay, and that's him here, Mel.
Right.
He was the inventor of the sunshine harvester.
Oh, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? But what's the connection to Rupertswood?
Well, H.V. Mackay purchased Rupertswood in 1922.
Right.
And we've named our most opulent suite after him in our B&B.
Well, that sounds nice.
Very nice.
That's right, Rupertswood offer a 4-star bed and breakfast. There are 11 rooms, all with interesting names, and guests can choose between luxury suites or rooms in the servants' quarters. Margaret said the most opulent is the H.V. Mackay room. And yep, look at this bed. This is definitely me for the night.